Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. Hundreds of homes and businesses remain without power this morning around the Lower Hunter after last night's brief but wild storm. The Cessnock SES responded to trees down on Wollombi and Great North roads, but there are no reports of property damage. More than 650 customers are still in the dark around Laguna, along with 575 in the Gillaby area. Ausgrid says complex repairs won't be finished around Laguna until about 2 this afternoon. The Hamilton community remains in shock this morning following yesterday's stabbing death in Beaumont Street. A 22-year-old man suffered fatal stab wounds following an altercation with a group of people. Police are still searching for the alleged assailant and have been viewing CCTV footage and speaking with witnesses. This local resident has told Nine it was a tragic end to a chaotic night in the popular cafe and night spot strip.
We're used to the noise on a Saturday night from the guys and the girls coming home from the pub, but this was really unusual. It's like this horrific shrill sort of scream. Within about 5 minutes there was just this wail of sirens and we knew something was wrong.
A police crackdown on domestic violence offenders in New South Wales has seen more than 500 people charged, including a man from Rutherford. Officers attended a home on Tourmaline Road on Friday morning and arrested a 23-year-old man. He's accused of assaulting and threatening a woman known to him while breaching a domestic violence order. He's been charged with 9 offences and has been refused bail to front court in January. Rising Tide says an exclusion zone around the port of Newcastle over 4 days starting this Thursday won't stop them from exercising their right to protest. Transport for New South Wales announced the restriction at the weekend, meaning only authorised vessels will be allowed in the shipping channel. Rising Tide organiser Zach Schofield says it's an overreach by the state government against a planned peaceful protest this coming weekend.
At the end of the day, we have a right to protest on public land and water. We intend to exercise that right. We're fighting for a future and we're having a great time doing it. And this isn't going to stop us at all.
A pilot program carried out in Maitland has highlighted how face-to-face contact can result in better compliance with water laws from property owners. The program found 78% of properties which had breached water rules in the past had taken steps to improve compliance after an initial visit from staff at the Natural Resources Access Regulator. Education and Engagement Director Keely Reynolds says they typically find certain rules being breached.
A lot of water users are having trouble with accurately recording the amount of water that they take onto their property. We've also seen instances where water users have waterworks, so pumps or bores on their property that are much bigger than the approval that they have.
A conference will be happening in Newcastle today with representatives from 22 writers' festivals in regional Australia. It'll include sessions about collaboration, sponsorship and philanthropy, as well as cultural diversity. Newcastle Writers' Festival Director Rosemary Milsom says the writing festival scene is still struggling to get back on its feet since the COVID pandemic and is also facing issues in rising costs and ticket selling.
There's been a big change with the way people buy tickets, how frequently they buy them, when they buy them. So often people are waiting to the last minute to buy tickets for events now. That's very much a part of the impact of COVID. So how does that affect our planning? It's very nerve-wracking.
2NURFM Sport.
The Jets have earned their first win of the A-League women's season, beating the Wellington Phoenix 1-0 at Maitland Sports Ground. Captain Cassidy Davis scored the winner for her side in the 70th minute, but the club's record appearance holder later admitted her shot was meant to be a cross. The Jets' defence stood strong throughout the game, restricting Wellington to 9 shots with none on target, helping keeper Tiana Robertson keep a clean sheet in her first start of the season. Knights NRLW star Tamika Upton has been shortlisted for the International Rugby League Golden Boot for a second year running. The nomination comes off the back of helping the Gillaroos to a Pacific Championships crown. Meanwhile, the Knights' Leo Thompson is at the top of the Raiders' recruitment shortlist, aiming to sign the prop when he is out of contract at Newcastle after the 2025 season. And Kiva Bray continues to impress for the Sydney Sixers in the WBBL, taking the key wicket of Sri Lankan star Chamari Adapadu in her last game against the Thunder. That's Sport, I'm Will McGrath.
And the winning numbers in Weekend Lotto are 5, 6, 8, 29, 38 and 44, and the supplementaries are 1 and 9. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.